I've just checked out the comment as I've started the stream, and someone was like, "Is this stream gonna start tomorrow? Don't do this to me, bro." Lateness is greatness, people. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for round 2, ladies and gentlemen. Because this morning, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think I underestimated how many videos I had in the backlog. And I said to myself, I've got to do another show. And I said to myself, the quicker I get it done, the better. Because I really just want to just get out the embarrassment, really, to be honest, at this point. And I thought to myself, no better person to have on this show than Money Miz. It's not Money Mace anymore. It's Money Miz. Because I tell you what, this guy, under my first video on Twitter in February 2019, Sarri season, I put out a video reacting to the Carabao Cup final. Kepa made that mad show and scene. And I put out my first video and he said, gold standards. Don't stop. Keep it going. I don't have that video, actually. That was way too far in the advanced search. But yeah, I had to bring you on, Miz, for this, man. Second round, part 2. How are you doing, bro? It's good to have you up.
Man, first of all, I really like Money Miz. That's a good ring to it. So if people want to start calling me Money Miz, I'm all happy for that, man. I'm all up for that. But yeah, man, your videos, when it wasn't even a thing, Alex was probably the one really owning that particular stage in Twitter. There were a couple of other guys here and there that were trying to do it, but not really consistent. And then out of nowhere, RKO, Randy Orton, RKO out of nowhere. Matisse just comes in, does his first video. And I'll tell you what, you didn't have the flashy videos, the intros and all of that. You were literally sitting down on the floor, the phone just on the ground, and you were talking. And, many people will look back at that and say, oh, how'd you come from that to this? But it was the delivery. It was the way you were talking. And, I had Jonathan on my channel earlier today, and we were just saying that you're not only an entertainer, which we all know you are,
appreciate it, man.
There's a lot of thought. There's a lot of deep conversation that you have. You're probably the only one out there that has balanced the entertainment and the knowledge together. Generally, you get people with knowledge or, no massive entertainment, or you get entertainment and no knowledge. But you've able to bring both of them together, which is
I appreciate that, man. Honestly, I really do. And like I said, I hold your words in high regard because you were the first one on Twitter, man. The first one. When I mean the first one, I mean the first one. I remember back in the day, what was that group we used to have as well? We used to have, there was a group, I can't remember.
There was a group, yeah, there was a group chat. And I remember, Matisse, you had about 300 followers and I had about maybe 250. Yeah. We were no one in the community. But yeah, here we are, man. After
started from the bottom, now we're here. Do you know what I mean? And we're not even here. We're not even done. Do you know what I mean? So I'm looking forward to it, man. Everybody's channels are growing. A lot of the guys that were making videos on Twitter are now on YouTube growing their channels. It's good to see. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna start with obviously the Peterborough game as well because magical wizard like Ziyech was doing a hat trick in in the game, and I know Miz is a big fan, so we have to talk about that as well. And then we've also got to talk about obviously Broja getting a new contract today for 5 years, which is a big deal. I have to say, seen as all the uproar of youngsters not getting new contracts or not signing new contracts and potentially leaving, this is one that's actually staying. So I want to talk about him as well. Rumor 2 hours ago, Haaland not coming to Chelsea. To be honest, my brother, I'm done with the Haaland rumors right now. Until I see a formal bid go in, I'm done. I spoke about it this morning. Again, I think this is Sky Sports. I said it this morning as well. Take them with a pinch of salt. I really don't. I've muted the word at this point because it's just nobody knows what's going on. I promise you.
Check out Insta, Matisse. You know that CFC fan page who's
I've seen
delivers.
him. Yeah.
He just recently put something on Instagram. I don't know how long, probably in the last couple of hours, saying that Lewandowski is now seems to be the focus for Chelsea. I think he's saying that some people are saying that the whole Haaland thing is a bit too much, the money is too much, and they're moving away from it. And now Lewandowski, they're trying to prize him for about £50 million. So,
I mean, it's just from one striker to the next. 1 minute it's Lukaku, 1 minute it's Haaland, 1 minute it's Kane, 1 minute it's Lewandowski. The one thing I will say of Lewandowski is I don't think that's realistic because then Bayern Munich would have to replace him. And I think Bayern Munich would naturally rather replace Lewandowski next summer with Haaland with his lower release clause.
You said that a long time ago.
Yeah, but Bayern Munich like to do smart business, so I don't really see that happening. Kane, we don't need to say anything. We know that's not happening. And then when it comes to this deal, Julian Laurens came on and he said, listen, this is going to be, and every journalist has said this is going to be a very difficult deal to do. It's a huge package. And the only way it's going to get done is if Chelsea pay up and they bid. So until Chelsea bid, everything else is a waste of time to me at this point. And Lukaku, I've always said, and you said it perfectly on your stream with Jonathan this morning, keep Lukaku in your head, people, because Lukaku is a world-class striker, prolific goal scorer who has revolutionized his game and completed his game. You saw it at the Euros. You've seen it for the last 2 years at Inter Milan. He's big, he's strong, great technique, good finishing, runs the channels, links up play, and he's got a great goal record. He guarantees goals. And I would personally love to have him as well. So I'm very happy with Haaland or Lukaku. And I don't think the difference in terms of target should even be that big, to be honest. I'm not bothered at this point. But Haaland, it's a waste.
So many people disrespect Lukaku a little bit. Someone commented on my live chat when I was having that show with Jonathan. I didn't even know this. Lukaku's got 100 Premier League goals.
Yeah.
Like, this should not be taken lightly one bit.
100%. 100%. And to be honest, if I'm being honest, Lukaku is more of a guaranteed success short-term in the Premier League than Haaland, because Haaland's never played in this league before. Lukaku's played in this league. You know Lukaku's going to get you goals in this league. It's just bulletproof. So I don't mind which one we get at this point. I just need to wait and see a bid. And then after that, we see what happens. But, I mean, we played Peterborough today, 6-1 win. Let's get into it because I don't want to talk about Haaland. We talk about Haaland every week. But not every week do we get another friendly where we can't see the highlights. We had it for QPR last year, and then they've done it again. And it's funny, every single time we play a friendly and we can't see the highlights, Chelsea first team decide to turn on the style and start smacking in goals. And I just start thinking to myself, where is this when we're playing in front of the fans? So, I mean, great result. I mean, not that it matters too much, but it's good to win. We've seen Arsenal. They're struggling in Scotland. They're having a hard time right now. Hibernation. They lost Rangers. They got policed out the country. It's been a difficult ride for them. But Chelsea are doing their thing. I mean, let's start with Ziyech, hat-trick. How proud of you of your magician? Because listen, a lot of factors involved in why he didn't play well. I gave him some stick last year. I want him to be a lot better this year because now this is his second season. But he did have injuries. He picked up one in his first preseason game. Now he's fit and he's scoring goals. So what do you hope for him this season?
Oh, man, Matisse, you know me, man. I feel so close to this particular player. I generally don't feel like that for many players, to be honest, but I'm so emotionally connected to him. When you think about it, Matisse, last season, it wasn't the best season. We can all say that. He did not have the best season, like many other forwards that we have. But there were some great moments. Under Frank Lampard, he was one of the major players when he came back from the injury the first time. He had, I think, 3 man of the match back-to-back. He had the Krasnodar one. After that, I think he had the Burnley one. Then there was the Newcastle one as well. And he was looking really good under Frank Lampard on that right side. He was really pulling the strings. And then obviously that Leeds game came about. He got injured. And surprise, surprise, Frank Lampard went through a bad time straight after that. There was the horrific time of December. Then he came back and it was just way too late. Frank Lampard was already so neck deep in trouble. No brother was going to be able to help him out. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, man.
And then of course Thomas Tuchel came in. The whole change of formation set him back because Ziyech doesn't play as an inside forward. I mean, he can do a job, but generally he plays more on the touchlines on the right side, and then likes to cut back in, play more, then drift in more centrally. So, look, it is what it is. Mason Mount took his opportunity under Thomas Tuchel really well, and he stuck to that position. And it became tough when you can only have 3 options up front with the 3-4-3. It becomes very difficult with the likes of Pulisic, Werner, Havertz, Mount, Cho. So, look, man, I've got massive hopes for Ziyech. It's already been confirmed by many key journalists that he is not leaving. There's a few people saying, we may be financing the Haaland deal with the likes of Cho and Ziyech, Tammy Abraham leaving. I don't think so. Tammy's definitely leaving. But Ziyech and Callum are definitely staying. Callum, you've said it many a times, like there's footages and there's many, comments from Tuchel saying how close he is. Ziyech, honestly, Matisse, he's so different than everyone we have. He is so different. That passing vision as a winger comes sort of like a central attacking midfielder.
Yeah.
It's not something we have with others like the Pulisic, and you can say Havertz probably has that vision, but Ziyech is going to be something special this season. I hope so. There's a lot of talk from big journalists out there from Chelsea saying that he looks a lot more relaxed this season. It seems like, you've said it as well, Matisse. First season, we've got to allow them. We have to just allow them. Now it's going to be the money talks season, so hopefully he comes up trumps.
Yeah, I think there's obviously now all of these attacking midfielders, they haven't performed, right? And I think across the board, the whole attack last season was not up to the level that we had hoped. A lot of them either in their first season or they're also very young and developing and very hit and miss with their form and not consistent. Now, Ziyech, like you said, he had a couple of injuries, so that stagnated him. That stopped him from building up any momentum, which is not easy, especially at a new club in a new country. And especially with the fact that he didn't train for so long as well, because the Dutch league finished early. So that's another really important point to note, is that he came into that pre-season with way more rest than he probably should have had in that Frank's second season last season. But also, at times, the strikers are not finishing. So the stats are down for everybody in terms of their, assists, which is what you judge your playmakers and your wingers on primarily. Their assists are way down for all of them. Mason Mount, Ziyech, all of them that created a decent amount of chances. Their assists are down because the conversion rate last season was absolutely abysmal. Yeah. I don't even want to say, I want to say worse words than poor. It was absolutely abysmal. Like, it was so bad. But I also feel like, our playmakers, they have big years ahead of them. Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, Ziyech, all of them. They all have not shown enough to say, this is my spot in this team. I have cemented myself. I am in charge here. Nobody's position is certified here, and it can't be. So it's up to one of those three in particular. I think Havertz is a very, very long-term investment. I think Mount obviously staked his claim winning Player of the Year. And I think even though Werner was very poor with his finishing, he did enough goal contribution-wise. And I think obviously, again, he's a very new signing as well that Tuchel's going to be looking at. And he cost a little bit more than Ziyech. I've always said I feel like Ziyech's price tag goes against him. Because he was cheap, it means that he's got less time to prove himself, because Marina can flip him for the money back, no problem. But my criticism of Ziyech last year, and I want to get your take on it. I always felt, sometimes I felt like when I was watching him, I felt some games were passing him by a little bit, and he was looking sometimes a bit lazier than I would hope. Because at Ajax, they run a very high intensity system. They press, They get after the ball, they close down the zones, they win it back. They played some beautiful football in his Champions League campaign where they got to the semi-finals, and Ziyech his work rate was immense. But sometimes I just felt he was very, very lackluster and a bit lazy. I mean, what do you think that was down to? Because that's obviously something we don't want to see this season from anyone.
Bro, I can't lie. I feel the same as well at times. But I have to say, to counter that argument, Matisse, there were games where, let's say, for example, Atletico Madrid, the second leg, brilliant run from Timo Werner, and Ziyech tracks that, scores. What happens next game? Ziyech doesn't start. Then there was the Man City game, the FA Cup game.
FA Cup, yeah.
Once again, Timo Werner from the left side runs in. Ziyech tracks that, scores the goal. The only goal for us to win against Man City. The very next game, I'm pretty sure Ziyech didn't start. Similarly, in the Premier League, Ziyech was the catalyst to start the comeback. That really nice first touch snapshot.
Man City again.
Yeah, Man City again. And once again, what happens the next game? I believe it was Arsenal. Ziyech doesn't start. So, the brother hasn't had consistent game time when he probably should have got consistent game time. But then, Matisse, how do you drop Mason Mount? You can't drop Mason Mount. So I think that might have played a bit of a role. You look at players like Timo Werner, who got more of a consistent game time from Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah.
Rightly or wrongly, that's for people to debate. But I think he saw that that's a particular side of the game that he really liked from Timo Werner, which is the work rate, the pace, the running behind and whatnot. And he was literally just juggling between Mason Mount and Ziyech and Havertz and whatnot. So if he ends up getting a consistent amount of time, which he was getting in Ajax, he was the main guy for Ajax. Let's not kid around. That's when you start oozing in confidence. When you feel You are the main guy. That's why under Frank Lampard, look, there's a lot that I didn't like under Frank Lampard. The one thing I did like was the Ziyech situation, because Ziyech was starting to look like a superhero under Frank Lampard.
He had some good games. I have to say, the opposition wasn't the best opposition, but you only play who you can play up against. I think Krasnodar, Sheffield United had some really, really strong games.
Newcastle as well.
Yeah, Burnley. Newcastle as well. Yeah, Burnley. So some good games there. And he was getting ahead of, he was starting to build up some speed just before the critical period of difficult fixtures to then prove himself in the bigger games. But like you said, he picked up an injury. You guys in the chat really hung up on this striker thing, innit?
But all I see is Haaland, Lukaku. Guys, we are talking about some other stuff.
It's like nobody gives a shit about our players anymore. They just want to talk about strikers. It's really stressful, this fan base. I've tried to calm you guys down, but it's not working.
You know what the crazy part is, Matisse?
Yeah.
Literally every content maker out there has talked about it so much, but these guys are
I'm trying to give you something different. You're getting Haaland updates every day elsewhere. I thought, let me give you something else. Now these guys just want to talk about strikers again. I'll read this super chat out. Appreciate it. Thanks very much, man. Lewandowski, Waghorse, Calvert-Lewin and Lukaku I prefer over Haaland. It's an interesting one. I wouldn't agree with all of those names on that list. And I don't think I have a preference over Haaland, but I would say that there are people that are just right behind him that I would also take, like a Lukaku, and Lewandowski I would obviously take as well because he's world class. The other two is a little bit of a different situation. Alex is saying, when's your first Twitch vid? Yep, that announcement is coming at the end of the video. You're spoiling it. You're ahead of the curve. You shouldn't be ahead of the curve. Well, I guess you are ahead of the curve because I did kind of put on my story, so that's my bad. But yeah, I'll be talking about that at the end as well. But I do have a Twitch stream coming up tomorrow, so stay tuned.
That's mad. Matisse is moving to Twitch.
I'm not playing about, bro. I'm not playing about. You're gonna see me all over the place next season. It's a Mazzolini. It's a madness. But yeah, it's we'll get to the striker situation when we talk about Broja because that will be more linked up. But on Ziyech, I mean, like I said, it's a big season for him. Obviously, everybody knows that follow me on Twitter. Sancho was my preference, but I was always never in favor in terms of fairness of selling him this summer. I just don't think it's fair. Do you know what I mean? He's only had one season. If you're gonna purchase someone, I want to see what Chelsea's ideology and method to the madness was behind making all those purchases last summer with all those attackers. So I want to see them given a fair chance to actually, prove that we actually have some decent scouts. Because if we're getting rid of a Ziyech 1 year into his contract, that tells me someone's done something very wrong. Do you know what I mean? And we need to start firing scouts. So he's going AFCON as well. Someone's just brought it up in the chat. Very good point. So we know he usually does very well for Morocco as well. Big squad this season in that position. Like you said, there's a lot of competition, but we've got a lot of games. So I really just want to see whoever's in form. I'm sure they'll get the game time.
Well, put it this way, Matisse. I don't know if Mason Mount and Kai Havertz maybe might be ready for the Super Cup. At least Ziyech should be one of the players that should be ready by then. So it's very important that we win that Super Cup. And I would love it. I would love it. Ziyech absolutely owns that game against Villarreal, man. Honestly, I would love it.
Same. I'm a lot of people, some of the comments are quite mixed under my content recently saying, it's a glorified friendly. I'm not. Nah, for me personally, I want that cup. If there's something to win it, I want to take it. The only thing that I'm not really bothered about is the Community Shield, but everything else, I want it. Do you know what I mean? And even the Community Shield, I'd rather win it than lose. Do you know what I mean?
You realize the route to Super Cup is you got to win Champions League or Europa League.
Yeah, it's not easy to get there.
It's not easy, man.
Yeah, we took a long time to get here. Let's actually make the most of it and win. And I really just want to reverse all of the losses now. We've lost a lot of games in that competition since 1998. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool. That's enough. Do you know what I mean? That is enough. Even the Club World Cup as well. Corinthians, back when Rafa Benitez was in charge. I want revenge on that. Some people don't rate that trophy. I don't care.
and recently, Matisse, the Liverpool one as well. When Liverpool won the Champions League, we won the Europa. So that Super Cup was so close.
That was Lampard's first season, wasn't it? Yeah. We lost on penalties. Abraham missed a penalty. Lukaku's missed a penalty against Bayern. And Falcao just decided to rip us a new one in the arse. That was just ridiculous. that wasn't even fair. I don't know what he was on that day.
That
he
was
on some
prime
madness.
Falcao, bro. Oh my God, he made Peterborough look like a Mickey Mouse, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are the type of performances that we usually sign the player on the back of. Like Mohamed Salah for Basel at Stamford Bridge, Willian for Shakhtar at Stamford Bridge, Falcao for Atletico Madrid. Those are the type of performances where we usually just sign him. It's like, all right, come into the negotiation room. We're just going to just get you in now. Both-footed striker, heading, acrobatics, overhead kick. He was mad.
It's sad that we ended up getting him when he was at his...
It's funny, we did get him in the end.
Yeah. He was at Man United. Then I think we got him on a loan for a season or maybe half a season. But by then the injury had killed him.
Washed.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
The Chelsea board will be like, you said you wanted him. I brought him. You didn't specify a time. You didn't tell us when. You just said that you wanted him. We brought him.
Just 5 years later.
It's ridiculous. These guys, man, they think they're suave with it. They think they're clever. So yeah, I mean, other performances today as well. Obviously, we know. I think yesterday, Gilmour was playing for Norwich, which was great to see.
He played mad.
What do you think of him in that kit? It looks weird, doesn't it?
I'm thinking, what are you doing, man? Like, you should be wearing the Chelsea kit. But I saw the YouTube video that Norwich in their YouTube channel has the whole match, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to see Billy Gilmour, but there are other content makers that have just taken out Billy Gilmour's performance, and I've watched. He had some neat passes, man. He's doing exactly what Jorginho kind of does, but a little bit more advanced. He does drive with the ball and just tries to look for those forward passes in between the lines. And there were some really good passes where he threaded in between the lines, and the winger for the Norwich players would come in. I'm excited, Matisse, man. I'm really looking forward to watching some Norwich game. I think their manager, Daniel Farke, will be using him. I hope he will be. Because they want to play possession-based football. So, it'll be exciting to see his development. So I just wonder what happens next season. If we do end up getting a Declan Rice or whoever else, how would Billy Gilmour feel knowing if, that Jorginho and Kante most likely will still stick around for a couple of more seasons? Will Billy Gilmour like being the
next casualty?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, next casualty, man.
If he has a stellar season for Norwich and he comes back and he starts demanding that, Mr. Thomas Tuchel, you sent me on a loan, I killed it. I now demand minutes. I want to be one of the starters.
Yeah.
And if Tommy Tuchel says, "Well, I still got Jorginho and Kante, my man," like you need to wait. You need to wait. And then he goes, "Well, waiting's for losers.
This is going somewhere else." 2.0.
We've got to be careful. We've got to be very careful about this whole Declan Rice situation. I'm telling you, I know there's rumors about him going to Man United, but we have to be careful. If we get him, we get him. I don't care. Yeah. But that's another hurdle for next season for someone like Gilmour.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of young players coming through, and that's what the talk of the town has been for the last few days. I'm not going to get into it again because I went on a massive rant this morning, but we've just got such a conveyor belt of players coming through, and it's difficult for the club, man. It's really not easy for them. Do you know what I mean? There's just so much to deal with. We know the politics behind not starting seniors. Lampard faced it in his second season, dropped a few of the seniors, and he lost the dressing room a little bit. So for people that just say, listen, just dash the youth in and just screw the seniors. First of all, the seniors are now Champions League winners. And second of all, you're going to upset the dressing room, probably get the manager sacked. So there's so much going on. It's very difficult to manage. So thankfully, the only time I'm dealing with those issues is on Football Manager on FIFA. It's a lot easier on there. So yeah.
Even then, sometimes the club starts.
They give you an email.
Yeah, watch out, you're gonna get sacked.
Gilmour could replace Kova. It could happen. Yeah. Depends what kind of season Kova has, but that is someone's game that is very similar to Kova's in that respect in terms of bringing the ball and ball progression. And obviously then he's got that extra thing where I think he's got that potential to be a better passer than Kova if he's not already looking like potentially being a better passer already. Dribbling, he's got the dribbling as well. Don't think goal scoring is going to be his thing, but don't need that. So yeah, it's an interesting one. So hopefully it all goes well and we don't lose him, because that would be peak. That would be awful. I mean, let's go through the 11s, because
Yeah.
The first half, they obviously played two different teams, first half and second half for this Peterborough game, 6-1 win. Cumming played in goal, Chalobah, Trevor Chalobah, which is good to see because he had a good loan in France. So a lot of people are not really talking about him, but he's kind of gone under the radar. He played centre-back in a back three last year. He also played DM as well, and he played a little bit further forward, sometimes in a three-man midfield, and sometimes he played in a double pivot. So Laurent's formation last season was fluctuating between 3 at the backs, 4 at the backs, and he started to learn a lot of different formations and played a lot of different formations for them, and he got high praise for that. So he had a really good season out on loan, and no one really talks about him for that centre-back DM position.
Bro, he's spoken a lot about in the French league. Like the people in France really rate him. And there's rumors that I'm hearing as well from people that are more in the know. They're saying that there will be an offer from one of the French clubs. And he'll probably be one of those, another casualties along with Marc Guéhi. So, look, I mean, if Thomas Tuchel likes what he sees in pre-season with Trevor Chalobah, I don't mind. I don't mind him being the fourth choice. If he's okay with it, obviously.
It's going to be interesting because he's another one where he could really be starting games in Ligue 1 next season. He's impressed. Clark Salter also in the team. I don't think he's really got any hopes of making it at this club now with all the centre backs that we've got, and I just don't think he's of that level. Malong Sarr has been talking a lot. He played left-sided centre-back. He's obviously left-footed. Didn't have the greatest season at Porto. Porto fans were reporting back to the headquarters saying that we didn't really need him in the team, didn't always need to start. But he's the one that's doing all the talking in the quotes on Twitter that I'm seeing, that he's looking forward to being part of the team, and he's looking to add value and keep us at the top. So what do you make of all that?
Nah, man, I had one of the Porto, not so much of a journalist, but someone who does a lot of work on Porto, vlogs and blogs and whatnot. Last season when we played Porto, and I asked him directly, what do you guys think about Malang Sarr? And he was like, no, one bit impressed. He's a very average player. I think the whole idea, Matisse, was that we'll send him to Porto. Hopefully he has a mad season, and then Porto buys him off us.
Profit.
But it didn't work out that way. I think what's the manager's name? Conceição over there. I think the Inter player. I think who's the manager of Porto. He wasn't that overly impressed by Malang Sarr. So his back look, I don't think. Man, how are you going to fit him in our squad? European champions.
He's backup, isn't it? Backup for.
Even as a backup, Matisse. I mean, there are other like Marc Guéhi doesn't even get an opportunity, and he had to leave. Do you know what I mean? Malang Sarr is quite low in the ladder. Look, if he goes and has a good preseason, let's see what happens. But then again, we had Adam Newson on your channel just a few days ago, and he said that he's going to Malang Sarr is going to go off to Olympics for France, so he's not even going to complete the preseason. So how much will Thomas Tuchel will really know about Malang Sarr? Do you know what I mean? So expect him to be loaned out again.
I've always seen him as a money flip, personally, and I think Marc Guéhi's far more talented and more potential. That is the problem. Do you know what I mean? Because Marc Guéhi is too talented to even be backup in the role that Sarr will probably play as a backup, because Sarr is happy. Sarr didn't have a great season at Porto. He's happy to maybe do a backup role. Some people in the chat are saying he's not going to the Olympics anymore. I think I did see that as well. Not sure what happened there. I think he might have got pulled out of the squad. I don't know what happened, but he's not going to the Olympics. But because he didn't have the greatest season at Porto, he's probably happy to come and be part of it and get the opportunity to be in the squad and play some cup games. Whereas Guéhi played too good to do that job. So Guéhi's above the pecking order, I'm sure, from the club's eyes in terms of talent, but it just, it doesn't work because, again, not everyone wants to do that backup role. So it's a shame, because in my head, I'd love to have Marc Guéhi as the backup to Rudiger in that left side centre back spot. He's dual-footed, powerful defender, technically astute. Really good, attributes for a young defender. He could have learned a lot from Rudiger and maybe progressed slowly in the team.
He would have got game time as well, man. Like, there would have been so much rotation in that back line. Silva would have been one. We know Christensen always has an injury here and there. Rudiger, I mean, apparently he's now caught the disease, so he's probably not going to be fit for the opening few matches, maybe. It's just a sad scenario, man. I'm pretty sure Guéhi would have got opportunity, but as you said, he probably wants more time. He wants regular time. So it is what it is, man. He's moved on. We made good money out of it. And we see what happens in the future.
It's like these guys are almost being overprotective over their careers right now. They're like, listen, I'm not taking any risks. If I'm not 100% in this, I'm gone. Do you know what I mean? Zappacosta, Barkley, Drinkwater. I'm not even going to say too much. Yeah. Zappacosta and Barkley and Drinkwater. I don't want to see your faces next season. The fact that Tuchel even has to sit on that football with his cap on and see you, man, that is hurt my heart.
You know what the crazy part is, Matisse? Barkley put an assist for Tammy Abraham's goal. So I tweeted out saying that. And you know me, Matisse, I've got this irrational sort
Last
of view
season
towards it.
is, I remember, don't do this with me again.
I have this irrational love for Barkley. I don't know why. Maybe it's that Everton Barkley that I keep thinking about. And I tweeted that this brother better not fool Thomas Tuchel. The world. Let's be honest. Barkley preseason is world class. There is no other better player than Ross Barkley. If anyone wants to sign Ross Barkley for preseason matches only, please do so. He's world class. And I just hope that he doesn't fool Thomas Tuchel on a particular squad position. He got the assist for Tammy Abraham's goal apparently today. So
I'm not here. I know what Barkley's doing. Ross the boss. I already know what he's doing. He does this every single preseason. Starts playing like Zidane. And then as soon as the big games come, he goes into his shell again. I'm not here for it. Tuchel needs to be warned. He needs to be guided. And he needs to be looked after. Because he's at threat. And he's at risk to fall into the curse. He hasn't seen this. He hasn't seen this wizardry before. He doesn't know what's going on right now. He just thinks, oh, who's this dual-footed Paul Gascoigne lookalike Everton superstar wonder kid with
drives with the ball, dribbles, passing. Get Ziyech on the loan. Get him out of the club. It's Barkley season.
I don't want to see it. I'm not falling for it again. Get him out. Get him sold. Get the money. 10 mil, whatever you can get. Let's keep it moving. And the other two, I mean, Zappacosta, if we can involve him in any sort of deal with an Italian club, let's get it done because he's been here for way too long as well. Great goal that he scored in the Champions League that one time.
Bro, I can't believe he's still here, bro. It's a shame, man. He needs to go.
He needs to go,
bro.
Yeah. And Drinkwater, I mean, his contract runs out next season. No one's going to take him.
Bro,
I think we should just get him to the bar in the training facility and just let him crack on and do whatever he wants, to be honest. Because he's not going anywhere. I think he's just...
Is this his last season? Please tell me it's his last season.
He signed a 5-year contract in 2017. 5 years, you know.
Biggest money
so it runs out in 2022. Yeah. 120 grand a week he's on?
120 grand a week. 120 grand a week.
5-year contract.
To take a picture of a drink just hanging right in front of his, you know what I'm talking about.
Do you want me to do the calculations for how much he's cost us?
Oh my days. No, don't, bro. It's going to hurt. 40 million transfer fee, right? Oh.
Yeah. £120,000 a week.
Oh my God.
Times 52, that's 6.2 million a year.
Nah, man, nah.
Times 5. £31 million in wages. Yeah.
This is how you get liquidated.
In total.
This is how the club liquidates.
Now I can only scrub off maybe 5, 6, 7 million for loans out to Burnley or whatever happened there. But this brother has cost us 65 million at a minimum. 65 million.
Oh my God.
And you wonder why we have PTSD over these backup last-minute deadline day signings.
And you know what, Matisse? None of the loans worked out either. They cancelled midway through.
Who got sent back?
Yeah.
Who gets sent back from Burnley? Oh my goodness, bro.
Not just that, he was at Burnley and hitting on some other player's girl in the club, like getting into brawls. Like, what are you doing, my man? What are you doing? You're a Premier League champion, man. Act like one. Like, wow.
It's incredible. All that money gone to waste. Imagine where that could have went. We would have Haaland right now if they're really just trying to gather up the money.
Blame Drinkwater.
We could have probably had a whole expansion to the stadium. We could have, bribed everybody that refused to move home and everything. I mean, it would have been it's incredible, man. The amount of money we spent on that, brother. Oh my goodness.
But whoever's idea that was, man. Imagine Kante was like the agent Kante. Get Drinkwater.
Yes, let's bring him in. Let's bring him in. Come on. He was my partner at Leicester. It was good. Everything went well. We win the title. Bring him in. He's a good guy. Let's do it. And Marina's like, well, listen, Kante, you know what I mean? Anything for you, bro. He's like, yes, thank you.
You normally don't speak much, Kante, but when you do, we listen. So drink water it is. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you. I'll bring him to training in my Mini Cooper. Thank you so much. Gets here and he's on the piss. What is that all about? Do you know what? I remember it so well. We had Kante, we had I think it was Fabregas, and I think one other person. Was it Bakayoko?
Matic?
Yeah, I think Matic was gone. I think we had.
Bakayoko. You're talking about Conte's second season.
Yeah, we had Bakayoko.
Yeah, it was Bakayoko. Yeah.
So we had three midfielders, and it was either Loftus-Cheek or Drinkwater. And I think we loaned out Loftus-Cheek to Palace. We brought in Drinkwater, and the rest is history, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
Blame Kante. This is Kante's fault. Everybody always says Kante's, can't do no wrong. This is his fault. He's the one that dragged his ass to a title win and overvalued his backside and made us think that he was something special when he wasn't. God damn, man. Anyway, so that was him. So yeah, those three need to go. Alonso, left wing back. I've got a video actually here. I'm pretty sure cussing Alonso. So that's Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi, and Abraham was the front three. I mean, Abraham. We spoke about the other two in terms of the competition they're going to face. Abraham looks like as if he's potentially going to go to Arsenal or West Ham. I think he'll stay in London, and I don't mind where he goes as long as someone pays us the 40 mil.
Yeah, it doesn't matter as long as we get at least 40 to 45. I mean, minimum. It doesn't really matter. He's not in Thomas Tuchel's plan, so let's move on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so literally, and I wish him the best. He's been good. He didn't cost us anything again, and we're going to make a lot of profit on him. And I think for me personally, I think this is the way to go for strikers in terms of coming out of the academy. They have to be generational to stand a chance because this is not a position that we have patience for as a fan base personally. And I personally don't even have the patience for it because this is a very cutthroat position. The two positions where I don't care about academy players making it is goalkeeper and striker because that's two positions that cost you points off the bat. And we have a threshold, a bare minimum expectation we need to reach, which is top 4 every season. And I don't have the patience for strikers. I personally just don't have it. I'm not here for it. And we know Roman, if there's one thing he wants to buy, it's a striker. Torres, Shevchenko, Haaland, he loves a striker. It's his fix, it's his crack.
Matisse, you're spot on, man. We don't have the time to just give him 2 to 3 seasons. He'll work up for it. No, that striker needs to bang in 25 goals every season. Every season. Do you know what I mean? Like they literally have to carry us to all the title challenging situations and whatnot. And we're Chelsea Football Club. We need to be winning silverware every single season. Yeah. If you don't like that, then I don't know what you're doing.
Support Arsenal and Tottenham.
I don't know what you're. This is what we do here. So as much as
and by the way, I like the fact that we do it. Just to expand on your
it's point, not a negative
because people are always like, back in my day, we didn't win all these trophies, and we would have kept Super Frank until we finished 10th or 11th. And
some even said we'd even get relegated with him.
Bro, we'll get relegated with him. And now suddenly we've won the Champions League and it's one of the best nights of your life. Life is too short for all of this project. I'm not here for this P word. This P word that they love to bounce around at Arsenal and Tottenham. Look where it's got them. Man United, they've been in a project since Ferguson left. I don't fall for these little PR P word stunts. Build a team to win. And if the youngsters are good enough, they start. And if they're not good enough and they're willing to work their win, they go on the bench and they work their way into the team. If they're not good enough and they don't want to do that, they leave. But we have always got to make sure we're trying to win. Life is too short to be planning for this big domination of 10 years dominance, 10 years in a... This is not Serie A, it's not Juventus, it's not Ligue 1, it's not PSG. No one's going to dominate this league for 10 years. It doesn't matter how much planning you do, how many players you bring through the academy, how much nurturing and cowpole and pampers you stick on their backside. It's not going to happen. The season is always going to fluctuate. The team's always going to get stronger and weaker, and the Premier League title is just going to keep moving about. So we just have to try and grab what we can take at the same time. It doesn't mean you don't play youth, but Tammy, for instance, used him for 2 seasons. He now wants to start. Could have been back up to a marquee striker because Tammy's not good enough to start for this club currently if we're going to win titles. But he wants to play games. So sell him for 40 million. and bring in the next brother. And if they develop as well, sell them for 40 million too.
It's money. That's what we do. It's a business model. That's the business model. You got to appreciate what Chelsea does. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, I want the youth to make it, but it's not every position. It's not not all the positions are equal. Wing back for Livramento, for me, Aspilicueta behind him, and maybe Mason Mount in the right channel ahead of him. He's getting a lot of support, not under a lot of pressure. You've got to be athletic, whipping some crosses, and you'll be looked after by the ones around you. Yeah. It's not the same as striker. We cannot try and pretend like all these positions are equal and equivalent in terms of pressure, in terms of expectation. Can't. It's not going to happen. That's why strikers cost more than wing backs. Simple. So yeah, I'm more than happy to sell him for 40 million, and Tuchel doesn't rate him, so we keep.
I do want to say one thing, just quickly before we move on to the next thing. Pulisic is a player that you've just said, Matisse. No fishing around anymore, man. No fishing around. I need a season from this brother. This is his third season, so I'm not. It's not a threat or anything like that. Of course not. He's got the talent. He's shown us that. I need a big season from him, Matisse. Another average season, we will need to humble ourselves about this particular player.
I mean, he's very young, but it's the injury prone. I need him to stay fit as well consistently. I don't need to see no more big injuries this year. The way to build up form and momentum as a player is to first of all be available. If you keep picking up injuries, even little ones where you pull a hamstring before a game kicks off and then you're out for 2 weeks and we think, oh, it's just a little hamstring, and then 1 week becomes 2 weeks, become 3 weeks, you've just missed your opportunity to get into the team and stake your place. So being consistently fit is vital for him. The second half team was Bergstorm. Not sure who that is, but I don't think you'll be kicking up a storm because you're in goal. And like I just said, I don't have any patience for that. Dujon Sterling's an interesting one because reportedly, apparently Tuchel likes him. And again, I thought this could have been, I think Livermento's shown a bit more potential at academy level than Sterling did. Sterling was, good at academy level, very athletic, good wing back plus wide midfielder as well. But I think Livermento, young player of the year, I think he's shown just a little bit extra. Sterling went out on loan to Wigan, other teams as well. Didn't really set the place alight, so he's not someone who's stomping down the place to get it back into this squad. But apparently Tuchel likes him, likes the build of him, likes the makeup of him, and potentially might use him. And I thought this was Livermento's position. But if Livermento is not going to sign the contract, then we're hardly going to reward him with a first team opportunity. So it's an interesting one because I would like to see Livermento in that given that opportunity instead of Sterling, to be honest. But if he's not going to sign the deal,
I think this is a situation, Matisse, where Livermento is another one like Mark Gihey, where he thinks he's good enough to start getting proper minutes. Like he's got suitors elsewhere, whether it be Premier League or other leagues. He knows that he can start elsewhere. Dujon Sterling is probably thinking, I don't mind. I don't mind just playing as a backup fiddle at the moment. And then hopefully if he impresses, then he gets the opportunity. So that's the issue. This is the thing, Matisse. Not many people in our fan base understands that certain players are in the certain areas of their career at the moment. You got your Mark Gihey's, your Lewis Bates, your Tino Livramentos, and a few other players as well. They think they're good enough to start. They are not. They're not willing to listen to Chelsea. Chelsea's actually literally giving them, here's a contract, stick around. They're not wanting to sign. Livramento is hell-bound on not wanting to re-sign. He wants to go and play. But Dujon Sterling could be a player that may think that, I don't mind being a backup for the time being, and hopefully I get my opportunity. So, yeah, different situations, different players.
There's a lot of debate in the chat about who's been better in the academy, Sterling or Livramento. To be honest, it's up to your own personal opinion, people. I'm not going to argue with you about it. They're both top youngsters. I would favour Livramento just because I feel like in terms of his final ball, it's very precise, man. Very precise. And there's a reason why AC Milan and other teams are interested in him. It's not for no reason, even though he's not played senior football. Dujon's played senior football, so he's got that extra leg up on him. But I don't know if Dujon's even played Championship. I know he's played League One with Wigan. I don't know if he's played Championship. So again, I don't think Dujon Sterling was in any of your minds to break into this team before his name came up in the reports. That would be the point I'm making. Miazga is leaving, got to leave. Matson, I'd say he's probably got to go as well. Baba Rahman got to go. Baker, I don't even know how you're still here, my brother. Gallagher.
But how is he still here?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Gallagher, I think, has a decent shot of being part of the team this year. Apparently, Tuchel, is a very Tuchel-like kind of player, a lot of energy, box to box. But it depends again because Chelsea are apparently going to put in a bid for Declan Rice. So, Gallagher could go out on loan again. Never know. Loftus-Cheek will be interesting. Obviously, Lewis and Ballack, Tuchel liked him when he was in Germany.
Bricks on skates, Matisse. Bricks on skates.
Bricks on skates, but bricks have not been skating in a while, man. So, again, I mean, I don't want to get too deep into Loftus-Cheek because I feel like I've spoken about him so much on this channel as well. But we'll just see what happens. Obviously, I would love Loftus-Cheek to make it into the squad, but he's got a long way to go to displace the players that are ahead of him. So we'll see what happens. And Ziyech, we spoke about Ugbo's leaving. Pretty sure a lot of people have spoken about that already in terms of reports. And Broja's got the 5-year contract after scoring today. And I mean, what would you want to see from Broja? Do you want to see him go out on loan or do you want to see him stay here for the season?
We kind of touched on this with Adam Newson. I think we need to be very careful about how looks like this guy's we need to take him as a serious, contender for down the track to one day lead the line for Chelsea. A lot of people are talking him up. Seems like Thomas Tuchel is now, has his eyes on him as well. Chelsea, huge contract till 2026. We don't just dish around that type of contract for anyone. So, Matisse, I want to see him develop. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know how much he's going to develop as a third choice striker. Let's be honest, he's not going to be a second choice striker either for Chelsea at the moment. We've got things to win. We've got a serious season coming up where we're involved in so many competitions. This is our time to build a dynasty. Do you know what I mean? And move on to the seasons after. I would love to see Broja get a championship loan, maybe. Probably a Premier League loan is a bit too much straight after a Batiste loan. Yeah. I want to see him a championship loan, but a good championship side, not like someone in the bottom. A good championship side that actually has an opportunity to get promoted. And then I want to see him bang in goals like that Ivan Tooney or whatever his name is. I want to see him banging goals like that. Do you know what I mean? Really kill it in the championship and strike fear in the championship defenders over there. It's not an easy league. So go out there, brother, and conquer that league, and then perhaps you're a shout for next season to maybe be the second striker, and that's when things start getting interesting.
I would personally, if I was to be having my preference, I would prefer marquee top striker. And then on top of that, you sign someone like Danny Ings as the backup striker. And then you have the top striker, Danny Ings, and Timo Werner as your 3 strikers. And obviously, Timo Werner can play those away games where we play a high line. Or
don't forget Havertz as well. Havertz
can play up front as well. So we got a lot of competitions. I feel like that's the perfect scenario. But if that doesn't happen, and then Broja, they decide to keep him, I don't really mind personally what happens there, because I don't think he's going to become that striker that starts anyway. Do you know what I mean? I just don't see that happening. Now, we could make money on him, or he could just be happy to be backup at Chelsea. Who knows? Hudson-Odoi needs to step it up this season as well. I test much, and we spoke about that. We named him, Pulisic, and Ziyech. All 3 of them have got big seasons ahead of them, and they need to step up. Hudson-Odoi was linked with loan moves away. I told you already on here that was never going to happen. Squash that, and there's not going to be any players involved with any Haaland swap. Miguel says, let me be blunt. If we don't get one of Kane, Lukaku, Lewandowski, or Haaland, then don't sign a striker because alternatives are trash. I don't think we can turn our nose up to Danny Ings too much. I think the main issue with Danny Ings is that he doesn't stay fit all the time. Fitness-wise, it's a little bit of a worry, but his finishing is better than Werner's in terms of last season. If you're looking at both players finishing, he's going to get goals in this team. If you give Danny Ings chances, he scores. Right? It's just that he's not a world-class striker. He's not elite. He's not the one that you want as first choice, and also he's a bit injury-prone as well.
And also, Matisse, the Southampton manager, not German, Austrian, but he has Bundesliga sort of flavor in him, pressing, counter-pressing, high intensity. So, someone like Danny Ings would understand that type of a game set from Thomas Tuchel. But as you said, he should not be the first sort of thought in our mind. I think a lot of Chelsea fans are starting to convince themselves it's Danny Ings' season. It has to be one of those names, as Miguel has said, first up. And then after that, we'll see. I mean, can you lead a season with Havertz? Maybe then you think about a player like Broja. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's why someone like Ings off the bench, like a
Loic
Remy kind of player is at least with Ings, you know he gets goals in this league. And if you give him chances, and if we create high quality chances, he can be in the box tapping them in. Like Ings, I wouldn't be bringing Ings to start. I would start Kai Havertz because Kai Havertz's potential is ridiculous. But I wouldn't feel comfortable going into a season with Havertz, Werner, and Broja as our attacking options because Havertz is not a natural striker. Werner has given me PTSD. And Broja is not played this level before, and most of the academy people that talk about academy players have not hyped up Broja one bit. And he was decent at Vitesse. He got 10 goals, but he didn't exactly blitz up the place. So I would bring in Ings as the security, and it would be underwhelming for a lot of people, but it'd be better for me. I don't see that as a wasted signing. I see that as just being, as long as we don't splash on him, it's just
being pragmatic, Matisse.
Being pragmatic. You got to bring in someone. You can't bring in nobody, in my opinion. That's just crazy. Hajir says we have Tammy. Maybe you have Tammy. Tuchel certainly doesn't.
Where's Hajir, man?
I don't know how many times I have to. Hajir's in the chat. I don't know how many times I have to remind Hajir that Tammy is not wanted by
Bro,
hey.
Tammy is going either West Ham or Arsenal. You might as well start following them as well.
You've just seen Dubois' heart broken live in the flesh with Giroud, and you're going to allow your heart to be broken over Tammy. You should start warming up to the idea, if you haven't already, that he's leaving, and start mentally preparing yourself. Don't do this, Hajir, where you continue to possess over Tammy when you damn well know he's leaving. And then what's going to happen is that when he does leave, you're going to cry. And you're going to be crying all over the TL, and it's going to be long. And then it's going to be you and Dubois crying all over the TL. And that's a lot.
Do you want Tammy to stay or Thomas Tuchel to stay? He's responded Tuchel out.
Well, that's a terrible opinion. Oh God. My goodness. Right, let me see. Someone said here, Broja had injuries at Vitesse. Plus, he only made 18 playing senior. Hold on a second. Plus, he was only 18 playing senior. Yeah, 100%. But that's the reason why I don't think he's ready. He's 19 now.
Baby, man.
He's a baby. Do you know how old Tammy was when he came in from Aston Villa? He was like 21, 22. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying he's not ready. And that's why I'm saying he didn't blitz it up, because he didn't get enough games under his belt, injuries, whatever. And he's 19. So that's not who we should be relying on if we're trying to... Again, it's up to you guys. I want to be talking about challenging for the Premier League. I don't know about you guys. Miz, what do you want this season? I want the Premier League.
I want the Premier League. I think some people would say, but don't you want to wait around for a couple of seasons so we can win the Premier League every season from there on? It's not that as simple as you say it is. Some people have just sold themselves the idea, Matisse, that just wait around, be patient, trust the process, and in a couple of years' time, we'll be winning the Premier League every season. No. Yeah. All the other teams are just going to be twiddling on their thumbs meanwhile. Do you know what I mean? They're going, we'll wait till Chelsea just develops into a monster. No. Man City is willing to thrash 200 million for Kane and Grealish. We were 20 points behind them. We need to be on our horses immediately.
Tuchel is here now, so we win now. Because Tuchel won't be here forever. You know how this club works. And then when he leaves or gets sacked because we underperformed, because we didn't bring in enough players to back him, and we're going to have a whole different conversation on this stream, and it's going to be a problem. So no, we're not going to wait around for anyone. You wait around maybe when you've got a manager that's not ready to win, and he's learning on the job and developing, and your team's developing. Cool. The manager is ready to win. So let's get him winning so he can be in the job the season after next. That's my main priority here. I'm not trying to see Tuchel get sacked at the end of this season. Waghorse, 25 goals for Wolfsburg. Big boy. Yeah, he's a big boy, all right. He's definitely a big man. He's a monster, that one. He's like, 6'7" or some nonsense? I don't even know. 6'6", 6'5". I can't co-sign for him, but if you like him, then that's fantastic. There's a lot of guys that got goals in Germany. Andre Silva, and then he made a sideward step to Leipzig. So I don't really know what to make of it, or I haven't been watching him. Chilwell backup, first team academy or new player, says Alex. We're going to move on to watching the old videos now as well. Just the last question. I mean, what about you, Miz? What would you do here?
I think I'm not sure whether we lose both Alonso or Emerson. I mean, if we do, then we probably need to think about what's going on here. Emerson has suitors in Italy. He wants to start, but we are asking for about 25 million, close to 30 million at times. So I don't know what's happening there. We'll probably lose one of them and the other one might stay. So I wouldn't worry too much about the backup position for Chilwell. I think either Alonso or Emerson, one of them will stay and the other one will go. So that's just my hunch.
I mean, we'll have to see. It's an interesting one. I mean, the only issue with this position is that it's not like right wing back. Right wing back, if you was to have a Livramento come in as backup, you've got Reece, you've got Callum Hudson-Odoi, you've got Azpilicueta. You've got 3 options that if Livramento or Sterling turn out to be awful, you've got 3 other options you can play there. Left wing back, if you get rid of Alonso and Emerson, you've got nobody else that can go there, because I don't want to see Azpilicueta over there, and we've got nobody else. So Malong Sarr cannot play left wing back. He can play left back. He can't play left wing back. So unless we switch to a back 4, we'd be a bit screwed. So might have to bring someone in. But anyway, we're going to move on from all of that talk, and we're going to start reacting to some old videos. And
here we go.
Like I said, man, Miz was here from the beginning, so I'm looking forward to watching these back, because I don't know whether I'm going to be embarrassed, cringing, laughing. I don't know what I'm going to have. I'm going to start with.
We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun.
I've been waiting for. I have not had a chance to. I didn't think I would live to see the day to, speak about you and my club in the same sentence, and maybe do a little proposition for you. You want to join or something like that. So, let's just get started, because I'm very nervous and I didn't think I would be even talking about this in my life. So, Messi, listen, there's many reasons you should join Chelsea. You have Willian. He left, obviously. Arsenal have pushed his wages to astronomical amounts, quadrupled his wages, and the number 10 shirt is there. I know we was talking about Pulisic, and I have since deleted those tweets and the Havertz. We don't need to give them the 10, obviously. You can take it. We don't want to cause any harm or we don't want to cause any arguments, so they can fuck off and do something else, and we will just give you the 10. Anything else? Free kicks, you can take those as well. Willian is not here anymore, so you can take the free kicks. I'm sure Alonso will be taking himself out of the club, so you don't need to worry about that.
I'm always sending shots for Alonso.
As you please. To be honest, you can.
He's always a casualty.
Whatever you want to training. You don't have to show up on time. You can do many things. I'm not going to ask you to do too much. Wages. Roman Abramovich is very rich. I'm sure you have seen. We are buying everything. He's bought himself even paintings. So
buying everything.
So that's not a problem. And obviously, we just want to save you. We're doing this for you. We want you to come and lead our team and, maybe win something. So thank you for your time. I don't want to waste your time.
Matisse, what's with the accent? Which brother?
I don't know. I really don't know where that accent came from. Do you know what's so weird about that video? That was obviously not the season gone, the season before. And it's funny how it works out, because obviously Messi's contract was coming towards an end. And there was rumors about him leaving. So, and he had this big bust up with Barcelona, and everybody in Europe was going crazy. Oh, we might be able to get Messi. So I slapped up that video. Alonso again catching stray bullets.
Talk about your getup was nice as well. The tie, the shirt,
I mean, do you know what? I saw that shirt with the collar, and I thought to myself, this would look nice with a tie. And then here we are. But yeah, it's funny how it works out, because now Messi is he's
time to retweet.
He's a free agent, and I mean, I don't know if he's got a new contract yet, but he should have left. Barcelona are in absolute disarray. He should have left. Should have left. I don't know where the accent came from. I just decided that day. I came back from work after a long shift, and again, I just had to sit at that desk in my flat, and I just went for it. Obi-Wan says, was Tuchel able to fully implement his coaching staff since he came in so abrupt? I feel this will be just a 1-2 signing window. We need quality now. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't want to see too many players come in. I think last summer we brought in a load of players, and it does help. It does affect the chemistry. to try and implement all those guys in at once and get them all working together. So I think 2-3 signings for me is enough. In terms of major ones, anyway. Let's see.
Before you go with the next one, guys, 400 plus. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's not be stingy with the likes anymore. Ishan, I can see my man Ishan's in the live chat. He's one of my favorites in my channel. Ishan, let's get the crowd up to 400 likes, man. Come on, let's do this job. We're gonna have a lot of fun with these videos. You guys been enjoying. The least you could do is smash that like button for my man Matisse, man. Get those likes up to 400. Let's do this.
Let's get it up, people. Let's get it up. Next video, I'm going to give you some context. The last one we played, actually, I think is my most viewed ever one. This one here did quite well, but I was very, very tired. I came back from like a 9-hour shift at work, and you can see it in my eyes. You can see that the bags under my eyes. So this is by the way, this is a lot of cussing. Okay. So if there's any players that have turned their fortunes around since this video, I apologize, but this is how I was feeling in the moment. I don't even remember what game it was.
Let's go.
To hang up around the bridge, because we know we're not getting a new stadium, so we may as well make the current one look pretty. But I'm here to prioritize the outgoings. I think as fans, we need to take responsibility and ownership of who's leaving. It's not all about the glitz and glamour. It's now about the deadwood. So
you're serious, bro.
A caper, a leaguey, Malagi. All right. Don't really know how to say your name. Don't know how to spell it. Don't care. If you're not going to go to a new country, you don't need to learn the new language. So simple as that, really. And I don't really care about the P's or the fees. You just got to go. All right. So I can eat. I don't really care, bro. Do you know what I mean? Money is not as important as happiness. You learn that as you grow up. And as soon as you board your flight, I can have a good night. So it's time to bounce. Alonso, everybody talking about wings and wing backs and 3-4-3. I don't eat wings. I'm a vegetarian now. So now
I love that. I love that.
I mean, you're slow, you're clogging up my arteries, and I'm trying to have a pacey, free flowing bloodstream. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying to get some Brussels whipped in. So
man turned vegetarian because of Alonso.
Awfully rude. Listen, you've done your agent thing, you know what I mean? Kai, Timo, thanks for that, gracias. But
no, you're talking about Rudiger.
It's Rudiger, yeah.
Trying to see no more hustle because the hustle's not paying off. Emerson, I don't know who kidnapped that Don, but he's not looking the same. You gotta go. You gotta go. Someone's replaced you with your twin, and this twin's got no footballing ability or no sort of defensive capability. So out you go. Christian,
I don't even know how the energy to rhyme.
You know what I mean? Argue with your nan. He's not really fulfilling me anymore. Do you know what I mean? He's one of them dons that he's got.
Christensen.
He's a disgrace. You know what I mean? It's like I've seen drugs influence a man less than what you're doing. You're just giving me a headache, so it's time to go.
Oh my days.
Also, you gotta go too. You're not even doing the social media thing anymore. No more SpongeBob, no more memes.
That's why.
You're not even doing that. So
you're not even doing the social media anymore
because you're not getting on the pitch enough. So the chemistry's gone. You know what I mean? So you need to go too. Barkley, don't need to say anything.
Come on, give him some hits.
Bakayoko and Drinkwater obviously are not included because I just assumed we would have got rid of them by now. All right.
Buckley and Bakayoko, I don't even need to talk about it. I assumed that they were gone already.
That was ruthless. I'm not gonna lie. That was ruthless. Christensen, Rudiger, I apologize, man. I apologize. Wow. Remember when everybody wanted them? I was upset that day. I came back from work. I seen the score. I was like, nah, I'm going in. I'm going in on these brothers. But
you looked so serious, bro. You were going to kill someone that day. Wow.
I was so tired, man. Alonso made me turn vegetarian that day, man. It was a violent act. Less than 1.5 months left in the window. You brothers are all just enjoy it, man. Live life. You man are stressed. Jesus. These brothers are so stressed. They're so stressed. Let me see. Let me see what else I have because I know. I've got a few in the back. One.
You need to put.
I know which one. Yeah.
I think it was international break where you had the Narcos, the guy.
Yes. Okay.
How can I forget his?
I haven't got them labeled.
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, it was Pablo Escobar. I've got 2 actually on that because the international.
That one was unbelievable, Matisse. You got to have that.
Let me see if I can find that. I haven't labeled these, so I'm kind of just going to click on a random one, and I'm going to just see what happens.
It was in the park, so it should hopefully.
Yeah, let's see.
Park with a shirt, jeans on.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. Let's see what this one is. I'm just going to click on a random one now.
What's that
Oh
smell?
God.
What's that smell in the air? It smells like West Brom. It smells like drop points. Because I'm confused. Maybe I am, because I thought the Germans were coming. I thought they were gonna do big things. I thought Kante. I thought he was.
This is when we was losing games.
So what's happened?
Yeah.
What's
In the
happened with
Lampard.
you? Why can't you be more like Mount? Mount, in goal. If he was playing a goalkeeper, 50 clean sheets a season, no problem. Mount, up front, striker, Premier League golden boot, no problem. Why can't you all be like Mount?
We beat Palace 4-0 at home. Mount didn't start. Left wing, maybe Pulisic.
No one's trying to hear that. This is the problem with players like
But
this.
shout out to Saj, man.
Yeah.
Mount would never argue with me. This is why Mount is great. He's intelligent. He's a smart boy.
Mount would never argue with me.
Maybe move him to a different position. Maybe.
Just shut your mouth. Are you crazy?
I remember.
Mount would never do that. I swear to God, you're a scrub. You're all scrubs. Don't even look at me. I swear to God, you ever talk back to me like that again, and you're out the flipping team like Kepa.
That was when we was losing games and Mount was getting overplayed by Lampard. And everybody was saying, why is Mount playing every single game? Why is he playing out wide? Why is he playing in the 10? So then Saj decided to be Lampard and I decided to be the players in the dressing room getting abuse. That
massive
was
shout out to Saj, man. He's done some mad videos with you, man. If he's somewhere creeping around in your room at the moment,
he's probably watching this right now in his room. Yeah, he's probably watching it in his room.
Saj, massive shout out to you, bro. Hit the like button, man. Don't be stingy on the likes, Saj.
Oh, let's see this. Let's see what this one is. I have no idea what I'm clicking into, really. I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe it's the one that we're hoping.
I hope so.
Ah!
Yes. Guys, just enjoy this.
Soy el fuego que arde tu piel. Soy el agua que mata tu sed.
This was international break, by the way, guys.
Yeah, international break. All of the Premier League fans were bored. So this was what Premier League fans were doing during the international break. It's ridiculous.
This is brilliant. Oh, this is the ice cream scene. Here we go.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed this one. Yeah, copyright incoming, but we don't care. We'll do it for this one, people. Such a sad video, isn't it?
Is this the one where you go into the water as well?
No, that's the second one. So this is part one. This is yeah. So you're referring to part two. That's part one. That's the first one I ever did, and that was the November
a lot of
international break.
views.
Yeah,
I remember that one was like
190,000 or something. Yeah, it was quite a lot. I haven't done the person who did. So we had a whole group of people that did Twitter videos. You were a part of that as well when you was giving the hand to the journalists. And we had a lot of people doing videos. Jam, Tom, Dammy, you, me.
Yeah.
Tom's actually got the record for views out of Chelsea Twitter.
He killed it.
Do you remember that video?
Yeah.
And it went absolutely everywhere. I can't remember what it was about. I can't even remember, but it was madness. It's insane.
Of course, it was off the back of a bad loss.
Yeah,
he was going
bad
off. I think it was an FA Cup loss. It was the FA Cup game, Matisse. I think he was going off at the referee.
Yeah. And he absolutely went in.
It was nearly 1 million views, or I think he hit.
Yeah, like 800,000. He was pissed. The most I've ever done is like maybe 500 or something. So he blitzed me. He was mad that day. He was not happy. So that was a good one.
It was retweeted by Sports Bible or something like that.
And it went everywhere. Really, it did some mad numbers. But to be fair to the Chelsea community, like we get a lot of stick on Twitter, but we've done some mad numbers on that platform. Everybody did Everybody did 100+ K on a video at some point. I think Elizabeth definitely did when Pogba Senior quote tweeted her. I remember when that happened. I was speaking to her in DMs about. I was like, Jesus Christ, man, Pogba Senior's onto you. Dammy definitely got one when Bella Silva decided to do a sing song with him, and maybe a few others as well.
Do you remember my Man United one when I had the knives and I was cutting it up? I'm like, we're gonna get them, bro. Who was it?
Even Adrian did it as well. Adrian did a Man United video, and he absolutely got cussed out for it. Man United fans went mad.
Ritzy, you know Ritzy, that guy from Man United, Ritzy or Ritz, something like that. He quote tweeted that video and he said, "Look at this fool," and Man United ended up beating us. I think that nearly reached about 100K, but the Liam Toomey one for me was over 100K, which was crazy because he retweeted the video that I went after him. And all his journalist mates came for me, so that was funny.
This one is not a. I'm gonna break it up with this one.
Yo, what happened? Did something happen today? Did Banter FC come again? Is that what I just saw? Huh? Did you lose to a bunch of seagulls, Arsenal? Is that
when Arsenal lost to Brighton and
man.
Ty went mad on AFTV?
Listen, I'm not going to get onto you because I think the whole TL's rinsing it. They've done their job.
You're a cheat.
Cool. You want to lose at the beach? That's your business. I'm not getting involved, okay? I didn't say a word. I'm here to talk to Chelsea. I'm here to talk to my football club. Today was a great day for your brain, all right? It was a great day. If you were having thoughts about Chilwell,
I'm in big trouble now.
All right? We don't need to spend 60+ million on this guy. I don't care whose target he is. He is not the guy. He's not worth the money. Okay? He is painfully average.
No one showed this to Ben Chilwell. No one showed this to Ben Chilwell.
I exposed myself.
Just made me want him less because he reminds me of Alonso too much. And Alonso is better looking. So if you're gonna do this, just leave it at Alonso because he's already here. So you ain't paying a transfer fee, and the guy's better looking anyway. So you don't need to go to all of this hassle to get the next guy. That's gonna be the next Alonso. Just leave it. I've got a plan. I've got the guy you need. Get Saka from Arsenal.
But Saka's a great player.
He's running out of contract.
I wasn't recommending someone
Chilwell has still got years on years left on his deal, so he's more expensive. Saka is at a selling club. He's at a mid-table club called Arsenal. It is harder to get players out of West Ham and Palace. Get Saka out of that club. That poor talented youngster needs harnessing. He ticks all the boxes. He English with Nigerian descent. Great. He can mix with the boys. You don't want Tagliafico because he's too old. Cool. I saw that. He's young. He can go
mix
forward.
with the boys.
He used to play wing. I'm not saying he's Alphonso Davies, but he's just a smaller, little miniature, cuter version. All right? Put him at left back, James at right back. Boom. Go forward. That's assists upon assists next season. I've sorted your issues. All right? He's here for the long term. He's cheaper. What's to worry? There's no worries. All you need to worry about is getting it done and not getting Chilwell. That's all you need to worry about. Just get that sorted.
Can you imagine? Chilwell went on to be a Champions League winner.
Do you know what it was about me? Back then, I wasn't afraid of being wrong. Yeah. So I just decided to whatever I felt, I went for it, and I just went with it. I was there to entertain. I mean, Saka's a great player though, so.
Twitter was all about that, wasn't it? To be bold, to make a statement, to be opinionated, and that's what we did. Do you know what I mean? So I've got a lot of tweets against Chilwell, but I'm happy that we've all been proven wrong, man. Of course.
Yeah, 100%. It's funny to look back on actually. Now that I look at it, let's see what.
This is mad, bro. I'm enjoying this, bro. This is live chat, man. This is awesome. If you're enjoying it, smash that like button, man.
Smash the like. I have no idea. Oh, this is. Oh, I don't know which one this is. Let's see. I don't know.
Things to the team. We're not talking about a bum. We're not talking about a youngster that's...
Now, before I play this, Jorginho. Do you remember when Jorginho was getting a lot of heat? And then we played Crystal Palace in Lampard's first season, and he came on off the bench. I think it was against Palace, and we went on to win the game. I can't remember what happened. I think he came on and we went on to win the game or something, but he came on and had a really good performance.
Arsenal as well, Matisse.
Yeah, Arsenal as well. It was around that time. And Jorginho was getting a lot of stick, so I defended him in this video.
Mason Mount, because I'm getting bored of doing these back and forths. I'm just going to address this one time. I don't get the lack of patience.
Oh wait, no, this is a different one now.
20 years old. I don't get.
Is that the no?
When it's so clear he can bring things.
This is it. This is the Jorginho one. I'll do the Mount one afterwards. I had to defend Jorginho at all costs here. I was. Oh, now it's not working. Christ almighty. We'll do Mason Mount. The Jorginho one's not working now, but Mason Mount. This is when at the start of the season, the first season, people were onto Mason Mount because he wasn't delivering enough goals and assists or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Lampard's first season, so I had to defend him as well. Let's see if it plays. Now they're giving me issues. Hold on, let's remove these. I might have to try these ones afterwards.
What
Screw
happens
you.
here? Is it like StreamYard not able to play it or something?
Yeah, do you know what it is? If you click on them too many times, StreamYard starts moving crazy. What I'll do is, I don't know why, but it is what it is. What I'll do is I'll pull up, I've got loads anyway. I'll pull up this one here. Let's see. Maybe we'll end up getting the one where I go bald. I don't know.
Yeah, there was.
It's not the Wi-Fi, guys. It's just StreamYard being weird. I don't know what's wrong with StreamYard.
It can't be Wi-Fi. I mean, or else.
It's a good time to be a Chelsea fan, ain't it?
No.
Let's talk about Frank Lampard for a second.
Oh, this is the Frank Lampard
Yeah.
talk. This was just before when he went down.
Maligned, doubted, ridiculed. Heck, we even had a hashtag, didn't we?
And the wink as well. Oh my God.
Doubted as a player. He's not better than Matt Holland. I don't know. I don't know who it is. I don't even know if that was the guy.
This still gets
He's not ready to
retweeted.
make the transfer to Chelsea as a player. All-time leading goal scorer. Oh. And as a manager, shit, he ain't ready either. Transfer ban. He's probably going to finish like 7th or 8th.
I was top. We was top of the league, but I couldn't help
He ain't
it.
got no ballers like that. Shit, he just came for the championship.
Remember when we was top of the league those times?
Yeah.
Finishes
Yeah,
4th.
man.
Shit.
This was just before the December BS that we had.
Literally just before. I
Next
think I
season.
cursed us.
Transfer
It
window.
was right
You
after
gotta
this.
spend money
It went-
now. You under pressure, Frank. Shit, you under pressure. You ain't got this. Signs like 6 players. Shit, man. They're all playing well. Fuck. Damn it.
I was so
It's a
confident.
shame. It's a mighty shame. Even still, he's got to get them to perform for the whole season, but you see the pattern. Tough fixture list, Frank. Got a game in Seville.
Fuck.
Got to rotate. You ain't really got juice like that, Frank.
Oh no.
Final score 4-0 to Chelsea.
I'm such a troll. I'm such a troll, fam. That's what I'm realizing with this.
4
Yo, what?
goals, perfect quadruple.
Massive fault to Giroud.
Makeshift
Giroud made
backline,
us believe
clean
like
sheet.
this.
Oh.
Shit. Fuck.
This clip is still floating around in Twitter. They
Is it?
always bring the.
I've muted
I
it.
see
Really?
Yeah, it gets floated around like, oh, this is what Matisse had this sort of things to say about Frank Lampard, and I'm like, oh my God, like I can't believe this still gets.
That's
floated
hilarious
around.
because I never see any of these things because I've muted all my videos now. Because every time, like even the Ziyech video, sometimes that will get brought when I called him the privileged Andros Townsend or something. I don't know. I called him something like that, and that video always does rounds. So I've just muted all of them. Yeah. Had to
That
be
was a
done,
mad
people.
one. That was a mad one.
Oh, this is the board one. There you go.
Here we go.
Soy el fuego que
My hair was so ugly. Man. I needed a haircut while we was in lockdown.
agua que mata tu sed. El
This is epic. This is
castillo, la
epic.
torre, yo soy la espada que guarda
I can't believe you did this.
I can't believe I did this either. I really can't.
Respiro yo y la luz
I had to shoot this twice because obviously I wasn't bored the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
I had to go in the water twice to film this. Oh man, epic. This is part 2 to Premier League fans during international break.
People started calling you Bald Tees after that.
Yeah, I actually gave myself that name, Bald Tees. I did the hashtag myself because I thought if anyone's gonna name me at my lowest, it's gonna be me. So that's what I decided to do.
Talk about your, I want to say desire. What's the word that I'm looking for? Commitment. Unbelievable commitment to go in the water twice.
Push the boundaries.
Oh man, the content, and it's for the people. Do you know what I mean? It's for the Chelsea fan base, man. Honestly, it's made so many people laugh. Yeah, man, and it was tough times, Matisse. Like lockdown, everyone's depressed, upset. You know, you brought a smile to all of us, which was fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, Chelsea Twitter. I mean, since the videos have gone, I mean, the platform's it's always been a bit toxic on Twitter anyway. People are, they're racist, they're rude, they're getting suspended, they're blowing up people's DMs with abusive stuff as well. And I just thought to myself, listen, I'd rather create content, put it out there, make people laugh. Some people will give me abuse for it and say cringe, but I'd rather people, for instance, the Trey video. I played it in part 1 where I did the Trey video and I cussed Martial to defend Werner, and then I got quoted by a Mickey Mouse video of my voice. But I'd rather that because that's banter. Do you know what I mean? That's funny.
Exactly.
I'd rather that's just more content on the TL. So everybody was enjoying that, even though it was at my expense. And that was actually the one time I think where I really got quoted and ratioed on my own video, and it was peak. I had to look at him like, oh, that was a good one. Fair play. But I'd rather people laugh at my own expense and not be abusive than do what they're usually doing. So yeah, I was just making the content and I was just trying anything. I don't really, I didn't really mind. For me, it was just experiments, see what worked, what doesn't, what people like, what they don't. And and some of it banged and some of it didn't. So yeah, I just went with anything really, but it was fun.
Bro, you know what? There was a stage where your videos were getting so well recognized and people were literally looking for. I remember you drop a video in the first minute, 500 likes. People literally had you on notification for these videos. and the rival fans as well, they were looking forward to it. So I mean, how many people out there can say that a rival fan, like a particular content maker that draws people from other fan bases as well? It's just insane.
Yeah, it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. I knew when I dropped it, madness was gonna happen. It was always madness every time.
Twitter's missing out. But we all knew. Remember when you first started YouTube? I said to you, because you were thinking, nah, man.
I did carry on for a bit. You know that video that I played where I did the Twitter YouTube one, where I leave to go to YouTube. I did do a couple of videos after that. But like you said, I was always going to leave eventually. Yeah.
I remember we were having that conversation ages ago. You're going to come into YouTube, and you said, "Nah, I'm still going to do videos in Twitter." And I said to you, "I don't think you will. I'm telling you, you're going to be more focused on YouTube, and you're going to keep those content for YouTube, which obviously now you have the roundabout and whatnot, and many other skits." Yeah. So it's a shame for Twitter, man. Twitter's missing out. The OGs will remember.
Yeah, no, 100%, the OGs, and I'm gonna start doing. I've even started doing some videos on Instagram now. I'm slowly getting into it, so I'm gonna start doing short match reactions on Instagram after the games, like 1 minute ones, and give you those OG vibes a little bit. I don't know what this is, or even if these. I don't even know if these ones even play now. Yeah, they don't even play now. The ones that are in studio are no longer.
They don't even play.
Are no longer working for me. So StreamYard, I don't know what's wrong with you lot, but it's fine. I've got ways of getting around it. Mugs.
But I wish you had some of the Sari Days ones. Do you have those ones?
Yeah. I don't. Those are the really old ones, aren't they?
They were the good ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're really old. I could only go back so far. I was going through because I've probably done I don't know, maybe 50 videos or something at this point. So I could only get so many. Otherwise, we'd be here for hours. But I tried to just get the best ones. But I don't think I could go that far back and collect that one. I don't know what the next one's going to be, but I'm just going to click it. We'll go for maybe 7 more minutes, and then I'll try and find the best ones if I can. I've got too many videos. Oh,
All right,
God,
how's it going, guys? Welcome to the Martinez agenda. Okay, you guys are asking a lot of questions as to why I love this guy so much and why we should sign him. Here are your solutions to all your queries. Now, the agenda begins. So,
I love
a lot of you saying that he
notepad.
can't play in a two-striker system. Why would you say that? Like, that's an assumption because of what he's doing at Inter Milan. First of all, not an issue, but we'll get onto that later. What traits does he have that tell you he can't play on his own? Because he can hold up the ball, good link-up play, very technical forward. He's doing all of that in the second striker role while Lukaku is playing on the final man. So he's linking up all the play behind him because we know Lukaku's link-up play is not great.
This was such a weird one for me.
Dog work while Lukaku runs off of him. So he's doing all of the link-up play and all the hold-up play that a lone striker would do.
It's a long time ago, this one.
Lukaku feeds. So that's ticked off the list, right? And then even still, it doesn't matter because actually, if you look at the way we play, we've played with Mason Mount as a second striker all season. So why would Martinez not just play that role? And we have creative wingers, which means that's why we need Mason Mount or Martinez in the middle to score the goals centrally because we don't have goal-scoring wingers. We have Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi and Ziyech. They're not really goal-scoring wingers.
Talk about that shirt, bro. That's a nice shirt.
I got dressed up for this occasion.
Central goal scorers, and they're better central goal scorers than a second striker.
Looking like a young
right? So he's not blocking
Will Smith.
So that agenda ticked off. Manchester
Do you remember
City,
when we won the Champions League? I went on Big
fine.
Six and
Tick.
wore a suit.
Liverpool already
Yeah.
Even
Oh,
if
that
we
was
were going with the
smokes.
model of false nine,
Sunglasses,
with goal-scoring
everything.
You got the
wingers,
sunglasses
Martinez,
on.
no
Yeah.
better player to do it. Have you seen his traits? I've already told you. Tick.
I've already told you.
Chelsea, perfect. Tick. Suits us brilliantly. Tammy, not getting blocked. Like I said, he can play second striker. Tammy's not blocked. Giroud is still on the bench. And if we have both of them playing at the same time, Giroud is literally first man off the bench as deputy. Tick.
Waffling.
There's the agenda, people.
Somebody said I'm waffling. That was before we signed Timo Werner. Obviously, I wouldn't advocate for another second striker now. That was so random from me because I just had a weird obsession with Lautaro Martinez for a month, and I just decided that I was gonna.
It was the flavour. You said it. Remember, it was the flavour. I had that thread on Lautaro Martinez as well.
Yes, you did. Oh, you did this to me.
And Simon Phillips, I think, retweeted that Lautaro Martinez one as well. So, it was just a flavour during January. It is what it is, man.
We got very hyped over that player. I remember that very well. Jesus Christ. And also Dembele as well.
I'm getting bored of doing these back
Dembele.
and forth, so I'm just going to address this.
Here's the video I didn't get to play.
I don't get the lack of patience for a player that's 20 years old.
Mason Mount defense.
I don't get a lack of patience for player development. When it's so clear he can bring things to the team. We're not talking about a bum. We're not talking about a youngster that's clearly not on any sort of level here. He's clearly a good player and he can clearly improve. I don't get why we're undervaluing traits like work rate in a pressing system. Do you hear yourself? We're not playing the same system as last year where everything is technical. We're playing a pressing system. So work rate and giving a shit is actually quite valuable. Winning the ball against Wolves in our box to stop a shot coming off is quite important. Getting to the other side of the pitch in the box and not allowing Kante, like last year, to be the only player in the box when we create the most chances, like we did last year. Being in the box to take those chances is quite valuable. A player that is bringing a closer link to Tammy and other strikers so they're not feeding off scraps, so their knockdowns aren't going to the opposition, I think that's quite valuable. A player that's set pieces are on point. Instead of the corners going into the centre circle, they're actually going into the box. I think that's quite important. Player progression is real. Gareth Bale was a left back. Stephen Gerrard was a right back. Scholes was a
this video is still
striker.
relevant.
Player development.
So they're not all
He
like
can
you get some
improve.
right, you get
So
some wrong. You know what I mean? That's how it
just
goes.
enjoy.
But
what
Mason
he
Mount,
does.
Jorginho,
fairly criticising.
I had them
but
back from
daily
day one.
slander's not necessary because he's going to improve. Will he reach the level needed to be a world-class midfielder? Who knows? But you don't know because his work rate would tell you that he is going to push to be the best. So I know work rate.
Bro,
don't
get
really
Alex to send this to
anymore
Mason
'cause
Mount, bro.
Ben
It'll make his day.
glistening
I had to stick
career
up for Mason,
with
man,
his
'cause he was
immense
getting a lot of
talent
heat in his first season.
and lack of work rate. And
It
Balotelli
was
the
a bit
same,
mad.
but it exists. So get on it, yeah.
Yeah, that was my Mason Mount defense. And I think that was responding to PYS because me and him was having a big argument about Mason Mount. And I was getting really annoyed. And then I remember I just decided, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to just make a video. And everyone was like, PYS really rattle you that much? I was like, well, it's not just him. It's a lot of people that are saying these things. So I was like, I'm just going to just go for it.
There was a lot of big accounts at that first season for Frank Lampard that were not on boat with Mason Mount.
Yeah. Because they wanted Coutinho. Do you remember? They wanted Coutinho.
Yeah. Even I at one point had Coutinho, but I didn't want him to replace Mount, more so as a rotational player. But yeah, I remember I had probably not a strong belief for Mason Mount, like say maybe Alex or yourself. But there were a lot of people, Matisse, that did not believe in him one bit.
Mason Mount was his name, man.
Yeah, who's the other Con's friend?
Football Chelsea.
Football Chelsea, yeah. He was not in favour. Do you remember one of my very early threads I had for Mason Mount for Chelsea Social? Oh no. Have we lost Matisse? Matisse has left me by myself.
Oh, it's me. Oh, damn. I thought it was you. I'm back now.
Remember my very first thread I had for Chelsea Social? No, not Chelsea's. It was James's page, All Things Chelsea. I had a Mason Mount thread. And I remember Football Chelsea did not like Mason Mount one, but he was laughing at that thread. He was like, "Oh, he doesn't do all of that." But yeah, man, it's crazy times.
Yeah, a lot of big accounts have had to delete their they've had to delete their tweets on Mason Mount. It's been a difficult one. It's been a sticky one. It's been a sticky one for them, as we say. But it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I've got some howlers on here.
We're not gonna rage. We're not gonna rant. Staying calm and collected.
This is another slander.
The notebook's back.
First of all, you gotta go. Yeah, you gotta bounce. From the moment you're not diving for shots and you're just going to let them go in like you're at the cinema just watching stuff. I don't know what you're on, but it's not can't run here.
You can see I've lost my patience now with Kepa.
We're used to the check and Courtois of this world. We're not used to this rubbish. So from the moment I'm seeing your stats, worst save percentage of all time, I think, for goalkeepers played over 1,000 minutes in the Premier League. Conceding 8% of Chelsea's goals of all time in the Premier League, and you've only been there 2 seasons. It's time to go. So just pack up your things. And go. Moving on. Pulisic. Let's get to the good stuff. This boss. Listen, I know the thing is with Pulisic is I know he wasn't fully fit. I think he had a knock, but this just goes to show how important he is. And no matter how many man you bring in next season, this guy's gonna play. He's that good. Pulisic. I don't even need to say anymore. I've done a lot of propaganda for him. What a player. The finishing. Not Megan.
Oh, this is definitely post-lockdown, isn't it?
Yeah, this was post-lockdown.
Yeah, this is post-lockdown when Pulisic was on drugs.
Listen, I already said as well before the game, Firmino is going to score. We are.
Oh, this is Liverpool.
Liverpool, yeah.
Yeah, the 5-3 or 5-4.
5-3, man. Kepa had a mare. Defense was awful. Pulisic was amazing.
Just come to Chelsea. We'll get you on that high that you need. We'll high.
We were almost back.
High, bro.
Yeah.
We'll give you that supply. We got McGoldrich, the Lock and Key company. We got Zaha, Benteke, and now we got Firmino. Didn't score a goal at Anfield until he met us. But we bring that stuff to you, bro. We bring that stuff. It's a good deal. It's a good price. So yeah, great stuff. That's it, really. Thanks, Chelsea. Of course, we have to go to the last day of the season now and sweat our balls off.
The Wolves. Yeah, the Wolves game.
This defeat. That's why you ain't gonna see me angry. I knew this was coming. Always got to go to the last day. We're a dramatic club. All right. See you at the weekend.
That was. Do you remember we had Wolves?
Yeah, the last day.
Yeah.
I think Giroud scored and Mason Mount scored. So.
Yeah, we really fumbled the bag, man. Jesus Christ. We were like just allowing ourselves to just. I don't know what we love our top 4 battles. We did it again this season, to be fair, didn't we? It's embarrassing, man.
Well,
honestly,
we got there because of Tottenham. We didn't even win.
Yeah,
do you know
true.
What I mean?
I don't even want to give us any credit because we didn't even win. You're right. We literally, luckily got this.
At least we beat Wolves. Do you know what I mean? It was 2-0. Mason Mount free kick and all that. Yeah, man. Epic, man. Epic.
It's actually mad. I'm actually trying to find a certain one, but I haven't labeled these, which is very stupid of me.
You're trying to find that Jorginho one,
Listen. I heard it all last time. I come on this.
Nah, this is not it. That's not it. I have to skip some now. I'm gonna try and find a certain one that I'm actually looking for. The Jorginho one is very important to me because everybody knows that I stick up for this guy more than most. Yeah, it's something that I've had to do. I feel like I've taken it upon my duty to do it at this point. Do you know what I mean? It's been a rough one. Oh, not this. This is again. This is not necessary. This is just me trolling Liverpool fans. I think we handed Liverpool the title by beating someone, and I just started to take the piss out of Steven Gerrard and said that Lampard has won Liverpool more titles than Steven Gerrard has, which is true. But because I don't want to go too much longer, I do want to find a specific video. These ones are all right, but they're not my best ones. I don't know what this is.
Hey guys. Hey.
This is a good one.
I'm not gonna say too much, you know.
This is when I faked
just
leaving the platform. Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. This is
gonna be my last video on Twitter. A lot of people have been saying you need to pack your bags and leave the platform with your videos, man. Go to YouTube. It's fine. I understand. I've been trying not to take the platform too seriously. Have fun, just enjoy myself, show my personality on Twitter. The video police are in town and they've said, no, you're not allowed to do what you want. You need to listen to our rules. You're not allowed to make videos here. It's a bit hypocritical, but it's fine. Shouldn't be policing the platform, but it's fine.
Oh God, this is so... the energy.
Brave Batshuayi told me my videos were cringe today.
Brave Batshuayi.
When Brave Batshuayi tells you your videos are cringe, then you can't really respond to that. You have to go. You have to pack up your bags and go, man. You can't really beat Brave Batshuayi. Ratioed, follow back Odullo. Good night, Twitter, but not saying good night to your parents.
Yeah, I love that. They've got so many retweet quotes, man. Play that again, man. Play that again.
Yeah. That line was iconic.
Good night, Twitter. You're not even saying good night to your parents. I love
that line. I did it again. I think I said something else later on. That was even more ruthless.
No. Not at all. We're cringe. Yeah. We're cringe. The people that are brave enough to put their face on this platform, toxic platform, but they've got the self-confidence to come on here and do their thing, do what they want. Yeah.
The last line is a banger.
You probably fuck with them in real life. You probably like us. Yeah.
I had to stick up for my people.
Spasticated Salah. Yeah. Sumptuous Rashford. They're not cringe. No. So yeah, that's what I had to say. Some people are saying good morning to Pogba Senior before they're saying good morning to their own mother and father, but it's fine. Let me go. Let me take myself off the platform. It's been a good ride, and I wish you guys the best. All right, thank you.
So passive aggressive.
I remember that.
So passive aggressive.
So many quoted retweets. Good morning to Pogba Senior before you even say good morning to your mother.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's true as well. It's so true.
I had to send for them, man, because they were bullying all my Twitter video gang, and I thought, let me just stick up for the mandem. Do you know what I found so funny though? I never actually clashed with Pogba Senior over any of my videos, which was quite surprising because he liked to go at people on that platform. He was kind of the king of going at people, and he went after Elizabeth. And even Dammy was like, I might go into hiding for a little bit. I don't really want to catch this because Pogba Senior just ratios everybody and just drags a whole army of people into your mentions that you don't even want. Never did I clash with him once. I think we had a back and forth, which was quite fun, friendly, not a madness. We never really clashed actually. So maybe there was just a common respect. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I was surprised.
Maybe he felt that you could probably bring the game as well, and probably.
I would have just made a video on him. Yeah, I would have just made a video on him.
Matisse, do you remember who was it? That carefree
not this
carefree Dean or something?
Yes. Oh,
you had a crazy one on him.
Oh yeah. See, that was when I was toxic.
Well, that was a toxic moment.
Apparently I was toxic back then in them days. They hate, they don't like me. I was just drawing for people. I was just sending shots for individuals, but I didn't have many followers back then. I had like 1,000 followers. I was like, all right, no problem. We can get scrapping.
I don't want to waste anyone's time. For months on end, I have been.
This is the time where we had a successful transfer window last year, and we were signing players.
That case, I have pleaded with him, and you have shown no mercy. So now he shows no mercy, as you can see today. 2 here we goes in one day, quite record breaking. Now look, let's start from the beginning. FIFA, we did tell you not to ban us. We did tell you that would trigger a response from Mr. Roman, and you didn't listen. And I know you brought the ban down to 1 window, but that doesn't stop his high blood pressure. And now you are facing the consequences.
Nothing in this envelope, by the way.
Now received
this one
some sort of payback. We did tell you we would take the piss the next time you allow us to spend, and here you can see we are having our FIFA career mode as we speak, and it didn't work because we still signed a player in that window. So you really have been backhanded across the face, and it didn't help when you allowed Manchester City to run scot-free. Moving on, again, Roman has been so charitable, so looking after England and the UK in his work with the NHS, again opening up the hotel, not furloughing staff. And what do? You don't allow him into the country. So again, you are triggering Roman, and I can only give him so much medicine and medication to stop the triggering. So again, you are building up his blood pressure, and you are provoking a response. Again, Bayern Munich, I know you wanted Kai Havertz, but you should have thought about that before you slapped us in the Champions League. Roman was watching that game on his TV, and he wasn't best pleased. And once again, medication war.
This is a good summer, man. We signed everyone.
You again prompted him to sign Kai Havertz, and
people generally think that Roman's probably sick.
Again, we move on to now Chilwell, now Thiago. I'm running out of space in my diary for all of these acts of madness that he will cause upon you, because you have, again, as clubs, you have caused this. Arsenal in the FA Cup final, we warned you, don't allow us to, lose a final. You will provoke Roman. He is a winner. So look, what I'm trying to get at is learn from your mistakes. Don't do this again, because I, quite frankly, am running out of time to save Roman before he completely dominates the whole planet. Okay? Thanks.
And you know what he did? He won the European Champions League.
Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, bro. We tried to warn them, and we literally went on to be European champions. Literally. I've only got like 2 left, actually. Let me see what they are. I'm hoping the Jorginho one's here somewhere. No!
Yo, what happened?
I already exposed myself. Go away. Where's the Jorginho one, man? That's all I need left. Everything else, I think we've ticked off the list. It's just the Jorginho one. I'm hoping that's the last one. If not, I've accidentally skipped it. But you can imagine, people, if you haven't seen it, it's just really me just sticking up for the Italian king. You know what I mean? It's just really just me defending him, defending his armor.
Speak about him. He's the man of the moment. Now, I'm going to give a balanced take, what he should be criticised for and what he shouldn't be criticised for. To be honest, from the beginning, he has cost us the game.
This is where Mason Mount against Tottenham, was it Tottenham?
He has cost us the game. We have to hold the same energy we had for Alonso
cup game. I think he was running.
Frank Lampard has spoken on this in
behind, and
interviews.
He didn't pick the right 2v1.
Individual errors are costing us. The same energy applies. If you don't make a 2v1 pass as a midfielder starting for Chelsea Football Club on a consistent basis, it doesn't matter what position you play.
Mason Mount got into a good position to lay it off, and he didn't.
And then he missed the penalty as well. We went out of the cup.
Different parts of the game, cool. But there's still moments that change the course of the game. That moment where we could have gone 2-0 up, changed the course of the game. It's an individual error that you cannot pin.
Because no one wanted to give him any responsibility. They wanted to try and deflect blame. I was like, we're not doing that.
It's not the first time we're speaking about it, where we're saying his vision. You didn't see that pass, Mason, or the execution. You didn't get that right, Mason. Today, individual error, end of discussion. That's it. He has to fix that. Now, the penalty, great conversion rate. He's got great technique. I had the same energy for Jorginho. If you miss a penalty once in a while, you've got great technique, great conversion rate. I can't say anything. Water under the bridge, it's a mistake. It's accidents happen. It's unlucky. All right, it's unlucky. Now, Frank Lampard on Mount, the way he uses Mount, for me, he overuses him. You're playing him out of position. A utility player. He's young. Cool. Everyone thinks the more he plays, the better. No, not always. We're managing Pulisic. We manage Hudson-Odoi. Why don't we manage Mason Mount? I know he has great training. I know he works hard. Why don't we manage him? Why don't we utilise him differently? Why are we always playing him game after game after game after game? No matter if he plays well, poorly, why? It doesn't make any sense. Because other youngsters don't get that treatment. They all get rotated. Why not Mason Mount? These are the questions I have to ask. Is it helping him to play with niggling injuries? Is it helping him to play out of position? It's not. For me, it's not. His best position is number 8. If he's not playing number 8, I don't want to see him on the pitch. I want to see him get rotated like every other youngster. We have to ask these questions. Are we setting up Mason Mount to fail sometimes?
That was a big video. But anyway, people, that's it. We've gone through all of them. Yeah, that was a big one, that one.
Madness.
Some great memories, man. Some great videos. Obviously, there's more, but those are the best ones. Those are the ones that have the most views. The other ones are good. They're all right, but there's loads. I can't be going for all of them. But those are the ones you need to see. If you haven't seen them before, then those are the ones you needed to see. And obviously, there's ones in part 1 earlier today with Dammy as well. Yeah, Miz, like I said, bro, I can't thank you enough, really, to be honest. Like I said, because you, from the very first video, you gave me the confidence to keep going. Do you know what I mean? You said, listen, you keep going, you keep pushing. This was good. This was good content. You know what I mean? And that really was the catalyst for where we are now, because without making those videos, I would not have grown the following that I had to then build this and then come here. And then now there'll be some announcements at the end of the stream as well for where I'll be going next to do another platform. So
some are saying you should, and I said this a long time ago, that I saw a comment here saying that you should be an actor. I said this a long time ago. Now you actually could, if you ever wanted to pursue that sort of
I'd love
angle
to,
as well.
Long way to go.
Yeah, like the way you hold a character, it's amazing, man. So yeah, man, it's been a long ride, man, but I knew it, man. I just know certain things when I see, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, this guy's he's just got it, and he'll go all the way. You can just tell there are certain individuals that are just going to be so good, and without a doubt, man, here we are, and it's only starting, man.
Yeah, man.
Do you remember? Here's a bit of an insight of some of the conversations I used to have with Matisse a long time ago, right? Matisse has a dream one day, and I don't know if he's ever shared it with you guys, but I want to share this with you guys. He has a dream one day to have his own radio channel, his own studio where he does radio broadcasting, much like Talk Sport or whatnot, get people coming in, and it's something that people listens in. And I remember I heard that good 3 years ago now, and I said to him, it will happen. He will get there. He will have his radio show one day. He will have a studio, and I will be there, and we will be live, and we will be delivering all of this to you guys. You guys are going to be tuning in from your radios. So, it's going to be amazing, man. It's going to be amazing.
Appreciate it, man. Literally, man. And hopefully now this season, big season for the both of us. We kick on again. We got a great show with Eunice. Eunice is taking a break this weekend, which is good to see because Eunice's work rate is ridiculous, people. Oof. Like, he deserves that break. He's taking the weekend off. I was wondering when he was going to take a weekend off, to be honest. He's every day uploading Reddit videos, Twitch, the whole lot. So big up to Eunice as well. We got a big show on Thursday all season. I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully if we get some players through the door, then the whole comment section won't be full of howling.
Don't hold your breath, guys. I don't know by Thursday if we are going to sign a player, but it is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Alex, there's going to be more reaction videos. If you just short ones, I'll let you know after. I'll let you know. I'm going to do a few announcements of what I'm going to be doing next season. But Miz, let them know where to find you, bro. Let them know what's coming up. The link is in the description, people. Make sure you go and subscribe to Miz. Miz, let them know, bro.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we are so close to 6,000 subscribers. The growth in recent times has been pretty damn good. The live shows are off the hook. I see a lot of people that are here that come to my channels also do appreciate that. We've got a show tomorrow, somewhere around. Do look out. I mean, have your notifications on for me. The other side of the coin. There's the link. Victor never fails. Victor's another one of those OGs on my channel too. Either 11:30 or midday UK time, we'll go through Chelsea's first game with the Chelsea Newsboys with Kishan and Amir, which you guys are liking that trio. And we're going to dissect that whole game, talk about all the different players, the formation that was played the first half, second half, the team and whatnot. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. So, yeah, do tune in for that. And then we'll see what happens the following week in terms of transfer news.
We can only hope that this things start to finally wrap up so we can have some conclusions to all of these rumors. For myself, people, couple announcements. Obviously, Alex has just stated there. Let me go back up to his comment. Short videos this season. I will be doing them after matches, 1 minute videos. Kind of what you've just been seeing there on those clips. Funny, just quick short videos that are just fun, easy to digest, easy to share, easy to enjoy. They will be on Instagram mainly, and it's very easy to find. If you go into my description, you'll see my link via Linktree, and all my socials are on there. So if you want to follow me on Instagram for those videos this season, they'll be going up after every game. YouTube, of course, we're going to keep making more videos with Saj as well. We've got more creative videos to bring to the channel now that we're back in this spot as well. So we're looking forward to that. And Twitch, I've got a Twitch channel as well. That link is also in the description. I'm going to be doing watch-alongs this season as well for the games. And we're going to do more streams. But most of the streams that I do, obviously, I've got some here, the weekly shows. And then all the other streams that I do, starting from the new season, will be in Twitch. So I'm going to keep the weekly shows on YouTube. All You Can Eat, Oil Boys, London Clubs Carnage, watch-alongs, everything else that I do, any other streams, maybe the interviews I'll do on both, but any other streams, I'm going to do them on Twitch. And my first Twitch is going to be tomorrow with CFC Dubois at 6 p.m. On Twitch. Nice. We're going to talk about Giroud and his love affair for Giroud, and I want to find out where that all came from. So we're going to do a show with CFC Dubois on Twitch tomorrow at 6 p.m. And yeah, Twitch is going to be fun. You know, just joined them, just became an affiliate, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, we're gonna do some streaming on there, because apparently streaming is really good on Twitch. So the videos, long term, the videos will be here, and the streams will be over there. But obviously this season we'll make sure we keep it kind of balanced for you. And also I'm going to set up a fantasy league for you guys as well. The Premier League fantasy, the big fantasy Premier League that everybody plays. I want to set one up for all the subscribers. So we're going to do that soon. We're going to do a fantasy show specific, get Olivia on, get Elizabeth on, and do a fantasy show as well in the next few weeks. And we'll do a fantasy league for all of us. And then we'll do a prize for the winner as well this season. So we'll get all the subscribers in one place and do a league. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I haven't played fantasy league in a couple of years, but I'm decent. When I'm focused, I'm good. So now we can see who's really knows what they're doing on that game. So yeah, the link to the Twitch is in the chat. Appreciate it, Victor. Go and follow there as well. Like I said, 6 p.m. tomorrow. I'm going to be doing a lot of the streams that I do on there are going to be with people that I don't usually stream with. So a lot of Twitter accounts, and a lot of potentially gaming as well. I'm potentially going to be gaming on Twitch next season as well, if I can get myself sorted quickly enough. So maybe some FIFA. So yeah, follow the Twitch. Link is in the description and also in the chat. And that's it from me, people. Obviously, we got London Clubs Carnage tomorrow as well, and we got Roundabout on Monday. So in a bit, people, and follow up the socials. Try and see if we can get me to 5,500. Instagram's very difficult to grow, isn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it's very tough. Yeah, very tough.
If you could follow us on Instagram, people will really appreciate it. I got a lot of people on my back right now trying to get that Instagram pushing up. They're on my case. They're putting me under pressure. I need to boost that Instagram. Apparently, it's an important platform. So I'm gonna post my short clips there that you saw here today. I'm gonna post some more short videos. I posted another one today. I'm gonna post a lot more on there as well. And I'm starting to use the story as well. I'm starting to do a bit of vlogging on my Instagram story as well. I did one. It's still up. Might still be up. Maybe down now. But I'll do a vlog every day on my Instagram story as well. Let you guys know what I'm doing. So, yeah, that's all the announcements. And in a bit, people. Peace. Appreciate it.